Hi, I'm Tyler,
And I'm Tristan.
and this is
TNT Sports Podcast.
That was corny.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is our first ever sports podcast. This is something, we think we're good at. If we're not, let us know. Say you guys are boring. Why the fuck are you doing this?
So you can
Stop it.
comment, and subscribe. And in your comments down below, you can give us ideas or ways that we can make this better for you.
Yeah. And if you guys have any thoughts about, what we're talking about, want to chime in your 2 cents or correct us if we fuck up, which we probably will, say something inaccurate.
Probably.
We're not a 100% reliable source, but these are just mainly opinions. But just let us know, like, subscribe, share
Well,
your
not
friends.
really opinions. We go based off the facts. But...
Yeah. So, for the first ever episode, let's talk NFL. Cowboys just upset the Saints. What are you thinking about that? And for those of you who don't know, and a huge Cowboys fan, has a star tattooed on his body, everything.
Yeah, but my thoughts going in, I knew we had a good defense this year, but I thought Breeze was going to make them look like little high school boys, like he does to pretty much any team he plays. So I didn't have a whole lot of faith, but I'm definitely not complaining about the outcome.
Shocking, upset.
But that defense, though, man, that insane interception by Jordan Lewis.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy, dude.
Cowboys are looking good. Started out 1-5. 4-game win streak.
Dak still needs to get on board, man, because we're still not putting up enough points in a game for me to be comfortable.
Yeah, but he's looking better than he did last year.
Nah, not really.
You think so?
He's putting up... he's averaging like 18 points a game, if that. The team is, in general, is averaging like 18 points a game.
I know it's not methodical in how you want to blow out, but a win is a win. They're winning games. They've won four
I'm just
straight.
saying, if you only put up 18 points a game, you can't really expect your defense to hold teams that low.
They just held Drew Brees down.
I know, but they're not going to do it every week.
I know it's one game, but they showed up. Was it at Dallas? I only watched the first half.
I'm just saying, man, I know defense wins championships, but if you can't put up more than 18 points...
Hey, Broncos carried Peyton's ass to
He still put up more than 18 points.
He didn't score a touchdown in that Super Bowl, though.
Well, the team did.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I know, but...
Because our defense holds people, man, but we also can't rely on them getting like 2 pick sixes a game. And
they, right now, because, let's face it, Redskins are done, right? Yeah, they're done.
Well, they're the ones that are right behind us.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like the Giants are done and the Eagles are close to being done.
Yeah, but, I think Redskins are done.
And we've beat every team in our division once.
The next closest team to you in the division is Philly,
the Redskins.
I know. Well, I said the Redskins are done. I don't think you're gonna Redskins. You're not making the playoffs.
Oh man, actually, Colt McCoy took them on a pretty good game against us.
Colt McCoy wasn't bad, but I'm telling you, Redskins. I don't know the remaining schedule. I guess I should have looked that up before.
That just happened to be the only game of the season we put up more than 18 points.
Redskins, I'm not even throwing them in a battle for the division anymore. But you're 2 games up on Philly, who you play next week. So if you beat them, essentially you're 3 games up on them.
We already beat them once.
With 3 games up on them with 3 weeks to go, and then you pretty much you win 1, and you play the Colts after that, which will be a great game. But then you play the Bucs and the Giants. So there's your 1, and you won the division. Do we consider them a Super Bowl contender? Nah. Do we want to go there yet? No.
Nah, it'll probably be another 1-round, 1-hitter quitter.
See, I don't know.
We'll win the division. I give them that, but I don't think they're going to go very far. Yeah. If they did, that'd be one huge upset in the playoffs and shit. But...
They would be the...
you got the Rams, the Saints. There's the NFC, man.
They would probably end up being the 4th seed since they'd be the lowest scoring divisional winner. So they'd end up playing the 5th seed, who would be... I don't know who that would be right now. Should have did more research. Next show, I'll discuss it. But I think they can make the playoffs, and I think they need to win a game. If they don't win a game, can we say goodbye to Jason Garrett?
No.
No?
Jerry Jones already said he's perfectly fine with Jason.
I think I think he has a lot of talent, and I think he needs to start showing production with that talent. Got good defense.
Jason Garrett has no talent.
On the team?
Sucks
No, I'm not
ass.
talking about
Oh.
him not being good. I'm saying he needs to go because
Dude,
he's got the
sucks
talent.
ass.
Something needs to be
So
done.
doesn't Linehan. Hell, honestly, I think if they just fired Scott Linehan and got a new offensive coordinator, they wouldn't even need to fire Jerry.
You know, I know a
Or-
lot of Cowboys fans who agree with you. Yeah. All right, let's talk Patrick Mahomes or Baker Mayfield.
Mahomes.
You take Mahomes.
I mean, he's kind of cranked up and started throwing a little bit too many interceptions here as of lately, but I mean, dude's been on fire, man.
I did some research on this one. He has thrown 37 touchdown passes.
10 interceptions.
3 touchdowns a game is what he's averaging. He's on pace for 52 touchdowns, which would be second all time. Peyton Manning with 55, and honestly, I mean, if he throws, there's 5 weeks left.
He's got to be averaging like
He has
300
a
passing
chance-
yards a game.
He has a chance to, if he throws 4 touchdowns in like 3 of those games, bam, he's tying the record. Do you think he'll get the touchdown record? This actually I haven't even heard this being discussed anywhere.
I mean,
55.
I
is the
don't see.
touchdown.
I definitely don't think it's out of reach for him. I mean, the way that he's been playing. Hell, I think he threw for 6 touchdowns in a game one week. He
Yeah.
almost went for the record in a single game,
Yeah.
and that was only in like a second start.
But you think he's for real though, or do you think this is just like, kind of like how Dak had his first year? Of course, he had a good running game, but then
Well, that's like really all it was for him. And Dak's not a passing quarterback. So honestly, I give Mahomes more credit, and I actually do think. I mean, of course, nobody really will go like 16-0 and then go 16-0 and then go 16-0.
Yeah.
Not saying like obviously they're not undefeated, but I'm not saying it's going to be great every year. You're going to see regression and shit, but I think they'll probably be one of those like kind of always in the conversation type of teams with Mahomes because he's actually a pocket passing quarterback, and that's what you need in the NFL. Dak's not. Dak's a mobile quarterback. He's trying to become more of a pocket passer, but he has a lot to learn as opposed to Mahomes, who has a hell of a strong arm and he's accurate.
my problem with Mahomes is he played Tom Brady, lost. Great quarterback, Tom Brady lost, and who else did
Yeah, but he doesn't have a defense.
Who else did he just
Put
play?
Mahomes on our team with our defense.
I'm not talking about the Cowboys in this sense. I'm just talking about
no. I'm
Patrick
just saying.
Mahomes.
You put him on a team with a defense. Their defense can't stop anybody for shit, dude. He's dude. Just like against the Rams, it was like they put up 63 points and they lost.
I think, but look at Deshaun Watson. Last year, everyone was talking about him before he went down, and then this year there was high expectations. And honestly, he isn't having as good of a season as he had last year.
Yeah,
I mean, I
he's
know he
a
got
mobile
hurt.
quarterback too.
I know he got hurt, but I'm not all
He's
in.
not a pocket passer.
I'm not all
That's
in.
my thing. He's
on,
not a pocket passer.
Patrick Mahomes. I think Baker
But
Mayfield.
you were all in on Dak,
I was.
and he's not a
half-in on
pocket passer.
I wanted to see how Dak would do without a running game, and I got to
told
see
you.
that last year. And
I told
it's
you,
just he's
Dak
not.
wouldn't make it.
But I'm not all in on Patrick Mahomes. I think Baker Mayfield's going to have the better career. I don't know why.
Maybe if
I
he gets
like,
out of Cleveland.
I like it. No, I think he's going to turn Cleveland around. Look, the Browns this year won 4 games. That's more than their past 3 years seasons combined. They won 0 games last year, 1 game the year before that, and then 3 games the year before that.
I'm just saying, man. Four wins is a long way from a fucking Super Bowl.
Long, yeah. But I mean, look, they got great. The defense has more turnovers, has intercepted the ball or turned the ball
This
over
is one
for
thing
their
I'll-
team.
I'll
Or they won it.
disagree
He's-
with you with till the end.
You no faith in Baker. I like his attitude. I like his comments about Hugh Jackson going to someone that he has to play twice. Like, he's legit mad
But it's
about
not like
that.
Hugh Jackson quit. He got fired. Who cares where he
Yeah,
goes?
I know that is where I don't defend him. Like, I know
Yeah,
you're
like-
mad he went to the Bengals, but it's not like he quit.
Yeah,
and
he got
went somewhere.
fired.
He got fired. He found a job.
Like,
He took a paycheck.
Did you see the list where there was like it said something like there was like 280 coaches like in NFL history, and he was literally like 279th on the list.
Yeah.
Like, that's terrible.
Like, I just like I like Baker's charisma. I like, you know, it's
Which
kinda
was
like,
dumb that the fucking Bengals even hired him.
It was dumb. The Bengals still have Marvin Lewis as a head coach. Don't get me started. We're not talking about this week, but I think Baker Mayfield he's just I like his charisma. I like him planning. Even though I'm a Michigan fan, I just think the act. He was so badass enough to go get a flag and play it on the field. Like, fuck you guys. We own you asses. Like, I like his competitiveness. I like his swagger, and then he can throw the ball. He's not bad, and the Browns are going to be good this year. I don't know if they'll win out. I think they'll win 6 games this year.
He's not. I'm not saying he's like gonna be shit. I'm just saying I think Mahomes is gonna have a better career.
I don't think so. I think that might possibly. Okay, I'm stretching here. Don't hold me to this 100%. But I could see in the future, if they both stay on their path, Browns and KC being forces to reckon with in the AFC.
I don't
I
think.
mean, Brady's about to retire. So is Rivers. And yeah, that's really all. Well, Big Ben's probably going to retire soon, too. AFC, it's going to be the Mahomes and Baker Mayfield running shit. Andrew Luck's, he's proved me wrong to not be overrated, but he's done really good this year, but he's not the guy. He's not the guy.
Dude, me and you disagree too much on these things. Luck is perfectly fine.
I don't know.
How many quarterbacks think can like not play for 2 whole years and come back and all of a sudden just light it back up?
True. I mean,
I mean, I'm just saying.
yeah, he's putting up some numbers.
Yeah, he's putting up some numbers for not playing for 2 whole seasons.
So, early season prediction. I mean, who you got in the Super Bowl?
I don't like going for the Super Bowl. I can probably give you like the AFC, NFC matchups
Right.
for like the championship.
Give it to me.
And I'd like to. This is what I thought actually last year. I made the same prediction. I thought it was going to be the Saints and the Rams in the NFC Championship, but they ended up, because of where they got placed, they played each other first round or whatever. So that kind of ruined that a little bit. But I'd like to see them do it. I mean, obviously, I'd like to see the Cowboys do it, but I just don't think it's their year to make it very far. I mean, but like I said, I think the NFC Championship it'll have either the Rams or the Saints in it, at least. And then the AFC Championship, I want to say it's going to have the Chiefs and the Patriots.
And me and you were somewhat different on these. I think, and I'm probably going to shock a lot of you guys, and I'm going to call me rooting for the underdog. I love Kirk Cousins. A lot of people hate Kirk Cousins. I love Kirk Cousins. He's a player.
Dude.
He's always getting talked shit about, and
Because he never puts
is a
up
good
numbers.
quarterback. I think he's better than Aaron Rodgers right now. Oh, yeah, I
the
said
fuck?
that. Right now. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is great, not going to deny it, but Kirk Cousins, I think, is at least on his level. He is on... Anyway.
I'm just saying, man, Case Keenum made him look like... Case Keenum's numbers last year, and Case Keenum is fucking nothing now. Just say, yeah, that one good year with the same team that Cousins is in now, and he's not putting up half as good of stats as Keenum was. Just throwing that out there.
I think it's going to be Vikings, Rams. What happened?
It's nothing. It's just
Okay.
low battery.
I think it's going to be Vikings, Rams. And, I've been on Jared Goff since he played at UCLA. I told you he was going to get number 1. I told you he was going to be a ball out. Vikings, Rams.
Nah, I think this is Breeze's year.
I think a lot of people want it to be. I think he's shown it, but they might have got exposed. I know it's different from college and football, but I'm just not fully on the same
I
time.
think this is their year, and I hope it is, and then I hope they win it, and then Breeze will go out on top.
It could happen. I'm not rolling them completely out, but I like the Vikings, and I don't think anyone is stopping the Rams. But I think...
I don't know. You thought that last year.
Yeah, I did.
And they got shut down by
I
the
did. They
Eagles.
choked. Big time.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go into college football. And me being a Michigan fan, of course I have talked about, our loss. I just learned that Tristan is an Ohio State fan literally Saturday. I just learned.
I'm just not that big into college. I root for Ohio State. I haven't been big into watching it, but now that we're doing the podcast, I'm going to start paying more attention to every sport in college and all that.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype on this game, and Michigan going up with Vegas at a 5, and a lot of people were saying this.
Ohio State was the underdogs in this.
Yeah, at home, which I don't know why that happened, but
I just mean because of just how they've played as a team. I mean, yeah, they only lost one game like you guys did, but it is just how they played as a team and how y'all played as a team. You just looked like the better unit. Does that make sense?
See, and that's where I kind of disagree. I mean, obviously, I thought we were going to win. I'm a Michigan fan, but to be a realist, just because I'm a Michigan fan, but to be a realist, and in NFL, it's different. If you have a good defense, you can, like the Broncos took Peyton Manning to the Super Bowl and won it, and how Seattle's defense was so good, you can somewhat win championships with defense in pro football. In college football, it's hard to stop a high-octane offense. I mean, being Michigan, the best offense we played all year was Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean,
the
number one defense, but
and that it was a number one, slightly tested. I'm not trying to shit.
But
on
they were
my own
talking about it
defense.
during the game. How and it also didn't help that Ohio State had a pocket passing quarterback.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins,
and you guys have Patterson, which he's not bad, but he's not a pocket passer by any means. So when you guys got behind, you guys needed to score quick touchdowns, and you couldn't get the passes off to do it. You couldn't waste time running the ball a lot, and that kind of screwed y'all.
They in college football, and they don't have an MVP award. They have the Heisman, which that doesn't go to the most valuable player.
Nah.
That goes to the best player, who in college football is Tua. He's going to get it, and he deserves it. But if they had an MVP of college football, it would be Dwayne Haskins. Because if you take Dwayne Haskins off that team, they're definitely wouldn't have beat Michigan. Even though I respect the hell out of Urban Meyer, I have to. He's never lost against my Wolverines, but I think Dwayne Haskins is just, he won that game even though it was a blowout. And I'm not gonna lie, the scheming, dude, I was watching the announcers and they were calling it. They're just running slants on them because they're not used to playing zone.
Yeah, you guys were messing up with that because they were saying you guys were a much better team man to man, but you guys kept calling zone.
Yeah, I mean
plays,
that's all Don Brown
which
does.
Which was kind of dumb.
He goes man to man and rushes 4, and
some of them zone plays they were exposing the fuck out of
yeah,
y'all. I mean, wide open like that one. There was that one play in particular. I don't know if you saw it because you quit watching at halftime or whatever. But
I did.
I don't remember who the receiver was, but I just remember that one play was like a 30-yard touchdown pass, and literally there wasn't a single Wolverine around this one guy that was in the end zone by himself, and there wasn't a guy around for 10 yards. And he was just standing there, just waiting for the ball, and didn't have to worry about nothing.
But, now that it's happened, coming into this season, a lot of people are talking, Harbaugh, and you talked about Shea Patterson earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Harbaugh, we didn't have a quarterback last year. And our first year we had Spade, who did okay, but he wasn't a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Even though, they won that game. And yes, I'm saying that we won that game because America knows that he wasn't the first down. He didn't get the first down. But, it just, he didn't
Wins a win.
have a quarterback. So this year it's okay, Jim, Harbaugh, you got your quarterback. We do really good. And then that turns this game into what people were saying was the biggest game of his career. And I kind of agree with that as to where, this was the first.
Yeah, he had a full unit. Yeah, he had a number one defense.
You got a quarterback, number one defense.
Yeah.
You're, You got to do it this year. This is the biggest game he had played since he went against his brother in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Which I give it was important, because it was important not because it's Ohio State. It was important because if we win this, we're going to play Big Ten, probably going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it, and everyone's now, even Michigan fans, because I'm on a bunch of Michigan pages, and they're like saying, "Oh, it's time to get rid of Harbaugh." It's not time to get rid of Harbaugh. Are you high?
That was like that comment I told you about. I saw somebody literally comment on a post saying that game was a make or break game for Urban Meyer and Harbaugh. Like, how?
Definitely not Urban. Definitely not Urban. But no. Okay, Michigan fans, if you weren't around, let's talk this. Rich Rodriguez, who came in 2008 after Lloyd Carr had left, and he had a West Virginia team that he was on, and they had Pat White and Steve Slay. I don't know if you guys remember this. If you're true college football, you do. They were both in the running for the Heisman. They did really good. They barely missed, because back then it was just the top two. They barely missed going to college. So, he's got this great reputation. He comes in, and something that he did I agree with is he, instead of running a pro-style offense like, the smash-mouth football running backs that the Big Ten does, go to a spread, which everyone is doing now. Well, in doing that, he just fucking sucked. 3-9 his first year, 5-7 his second year, 7-6 his third year. Not a single one of those contending for a national championship or even the Big Ten. Yep. Brady Hoke comes in, 11-2 off the rip. 2011, the last time that we beat Ohio State was in 2011. Mm-hmm. Then 8-5, 7-6, 5-7 just went down. Jim Harbaugh comes in, and 3 out of his 4 seasons has had 10 wins, and in 3 of those 4 seasons, we were in contention for a national championship. And you want to get rid of this guy? The only person to ever do that is Fielding Yost, 1901 to 1904. Yeah, back in the early 1900s. Not time to get rid of him. Not even close. If they lose one game next year, and it's to Notre Dame, who we play again, and Ohio State again, guess what? He's going to keep his job, because at that point, we're still going to be contending for a playoff.
Yeah.
But, he does need to win that game. Eventually, he's going to beat Ohio State, but if he keeps putting up, contending for a national championship-like seasons like he's produced, he'll be fine. I don't think he'll leave. You never know. There's a lot of talk about him going back to the NFL, but I don't think... He's a Michigan man. I think he wants to see Michigan succeed, and I think he is the best and only option to do so.
Yeah.
And we don't want to lose Don Brown as well.
But I think that's about all we got. We're just 22 minutes in, so we'll go ahead and cut it out for the night.
Yeah, cut it out.
All right, well, thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and give us some comments down below about maybe some things you want us to address next week, or ways that we can, fix whatever the fuck we fucked up.
We'll try.
But we're gonna try to, we'll try to compact it. We'll get better at this. It's just our first time. Yeah. We'll take better notes, and as the time goes on, we'll probably start doing it at the end of the week, I would think would be better. So that way, after all the games are done, we can do recaps on every game, not just how we kind of just did the Cowboys-Saints game this week.
Yeah.
But, just stick along for the ride. All right. Peace.